Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. As you well know, we've been doing a series of articles, audios, and probably as time goes by, videos on this whole process of and problem of the business of ADHD. It's become a huge business, and we're doing our series is called The Price of ADHD Business, and my partner in this process, Frank Granett, he's with a group called CAOOY.org, and lots of interesting interviews, a lot more in the works. Frank, tell us about both of our efforts.
Yeah, Kevin, today what we have to realize, and businesses as well as families need to understand, is overall behavioral health has many dimensions as far as going after risk factors. So that's why we embarked upon this type of series, to give everybody the correct information and how to go about finding or determining the underlying causation of overall behavioral health. And today, Kevin, we got a great guest. His name is John Whittaker, and he's a national representative for the Pharmanex Nutritional Corporation, which is the holder of the biophotonic antioxidant scanner. And today's topic, we're going after, do you know your antioxidant number, and how do you go about determining that for overall health? And John has a former talk show host focusing on nutrition. He's the owner of a successful nutritional store, and he received his MBA from Troy University. John, welcome to our program today.
Well, thanks for having me on your show.
John, real quickly, what is your website?
We are at www.pharmanex.com, PHARMANEX.com.
Great. Go ahead for your first question there, Frank.
John, we talked about, and, in the literature it says, should we be supplementing our nutrition on a daily basis? And the question now, I believe, and I lecture this constantly, is it's not a question of should we, it's what should we be supplementing our diet with, the nutritionals, and how do we go about determining if those nutritionals are actually helping us day after day, month after month. And explain to us this biophotonic scanning and how critical it is that people understand what this process is.
Well, I think you touched on it. I mean, the evidence is so overwhelming that food supply system almost impossible for someone to get adequate nutrition now through their diet. And so the years that I owned the nutrition store, people would come in and ask me, what's the best supplement on the shelf? And I never could quite answer that question. There's thousands and thousands of nutritional companies, and every one of them claim to have the best product. And then the second question is, I'm taking this product, how do I know that it works? And a piece of technology came into my life called a biophotonic scanner, and essentially what it allows us to do is in like 45 seconds, using light refraction, we can get a baseline reading of everyone's nutritional score. And then we can put them on high-quality nutritional supplements and then come back 30 days later to see if those, quote, great supplements are actually being absorbed in the body. So it answers both of those questions. A supplement is a good supplement if it raises your antioxidant score, and B, how do I know a supplement works? As you start out with a baseline reading, take a supplement for 30 days and come back in and get retested.
Awesome. Very interesting. By the way, the most important part, I think, Frank, about what you and I are talking about and working on is that people really do need to weigh the alternatives. And people need to not have knee-jerk reactions to health issues, and they really need to explore a lot of the options out there. And a lot of stuff that was happening long before drugs, it seems like to me that they kind of threw the baby out with the bathwater and added some monsters to the bathwater that weren't even there before.
Well, exactly. And then, John, we talked about this biophotonic scanning, and is this the only, is Pharmanex the only patent holder of this type of device? I know it's readily
we are not the only people, not to step on you, but we're not the only people that can do nutritional testing. You can pay $300 to $1,000 to have some pretty exotic blood work that will give you the same kind of information. So you can draw blood, send it to a lab, wait for a couple of weeks. What our patents allow us to do and what our technology allows us to do is to instantly give you your nutritional reading without taking urine, without drawing blood and going through some sort of long laboratory process. We use a technique called Raman spectroscopy. We send a little light frequency into the palm of your hand, and we can literally get you that information in less than a minute. Absolutely painless and very inexpensive as compared to blood work. So what really differentiates us is the speed and the ease and the cost of how quickly we can give you an accurate measurement of your nutritional levels.
Yeah, very good. We're going to have to wrap it up with that. And great topic, great conversation today. Final thoughts from you, Frank, as we wrap it up.
Yeah, as you go to caooy.org, look at the nutritional webinar there, and then we're also going to have John's website attached as well. And if there's any information, there's an Ask the Pharmacist tab, and any questions regarding behavioral health and why nutrition is a critical risk factor to assess before we go to drug therapy. It's a critical piece of the puzzle.
All right. We got Frank Granett, and he's with caooy.org. He's also working with me on the Price of ADHD business. I've been having a lot of fun with that. And then we've got our guest today, John Whittaker. He's with Pharmanex. That's PharmaNex.com. Thanks to both of you, gentlemen.
Thanks for having me.
John. Thanks,
All right. When we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com, and this is The Price of Business.